I'm gonna show you how to assemble soft closing mechanism for Ikea Pax sliding doors wardrobe. And in this case we have the outer door on the left and inner door on the right. If you have the doors the other way around, that's mean left side inner door and right side outer door, go to this video. I already done video on that. Let's go with our case here, and this is outer door on the left and inner door on the right. And you're getting one box with this soft closing mechanism for Ikea Pax sliding doors wardrobes. This is all the stuff you're getting in there. Useful tools, smaller and bigger electric screwdriver. All the links for the tools I'm using here, you can find it under the video in the descriptions. Manual instructions you're not gonna need, but we're going with this case here, so the left door outer side and the right door inner side. And we're gonna start with those two plastics and position them exactly the same way, so the soft closing is on the outer side, so basically mirror those two plastics. We're gonna need those 4 screws, and we're gonna place the screws from under. So this is the side you're gonna need. You see the soft closing which is moving is on the left in this case. The screw from under, and we connect it with this. We're gonna connect it with this plastic which have kind of hook at the front to make sure the hooks are at the front. Secure the screw, and we're gonna do exactly the same on the other side. Screw from under, the hook is at the front, and secure it. Make sure you go all the way in with those screws, as this is going to be the main holding for the soft closing mechanism. So we have one side ready, and we're going to do the other side. Exactly the same, screws from under. Pay attention to the position of the moving parts of the front, so you have the mirrored, so one is on the left and one is on the right side. And we do exactly the same. We secure the plastic with the main body with the one screw from under, and then we put the plastic the correct way. That's mean the hook is at the front. Tighten the screws completely, and we have those two almost ready. So you see here, those soft closings are on the left and right. Now we're gonna have the third part. They are marked R and L, and we're gonna go with the right side that's marked R. Now we're gonna have this L-shaped bracket, and we're gonna attach it on the plastic part. 2 holes on the middle. We have 2 hooks on the left and right, and 1 on the middle. So we're gonna hook it between them. First, position it at the back, those 2 back hooks in, and just click it at the front. Now we're gonna have 1 screw which don't have pointy front or sharp front, and that's gonna go in there. It's slightly shorter than those other 4 which we did with the main bodies. Secure it in. So this is the soft closing for the inner door on the middle. Now we're gonna have 2 stoppers. They're marked B and F. So the B is back and F is the front. 2 screws and 2 nuts. Now we're gonna work with those 2 main bodies first. And we're gonna remove the original stopper from the wardrobe. We're gonna have 1 screw, plastic stopper, and the nut. We can remove it and throw it away, as you're gonna have replacement with the soft closing mechanism. We have the soft closing here on the left, and we're gonna put the nut this way. The nut have kind of neck on one side, so the neck coming this way in, and it's the first hole on the left. Now we can hook it into the rail. See those hooks, those plastic, they coming in nicely into the rail, and just twist it up this way. Make sure this is completely in, otherwise it's gonna come sometime one side is kind of hanging, so make sure both sides are hooked in. Now we can see the nut in the hole. There's kind of round hole on the rail. We can secure now the new stopper from the box, mark F, so that's a front door F. 1 screw and the Allen key that you're gonna find in the box, and we're gonna push the screw through the stopper. So this is the left side outer door front, and we can secure it with the soft closing. So lift the soft closing up, and secure it through the nut which we put there in the first place. Now you can see the doors can go slightly left and right depending how far you're gonna push this soft closing, but I always push it completely to the side, so in this case to the left, and then depend on the doors. Once everything is done, I can adjust it, so just unscrew it slightly and move it left and right, depend how you need it. But majority of the time, if your top rail is positioned correctly, it should be completely to the left, so the doors go all the way in. Now we're gonna do exactly the same on the right side. We're gonna go with the new stopper marked B, so the back door, Allen key, and we're gonna remove the original stopper from the wardrobe. So just unscrew it and you can throw it away. Now we're gonna have the nut which have the neck on this side is coming in to the first hole on the right side. Screw, new stopper mark B, so that's a back door. Push it through. Put the soft closing in, so those two plastic hooks coming into the rail from the inner side. Make sure both of them coming in and just lift it up. And now we can put the new stopper in and secure it with a nut. Just tidy it up completely and push the all soft closing all the way to the right side, so the doors can go all the way. Then you can adjust it later. So that's how it works. Now we're gonna do the inner soft closing. So we're gonna go on the inner side, inner door, and we unlock the door on both sides first. So here is how we unlock it, by pushing this plastic down. And we're gonna do exactly the same on the other side. Push the plastic down and unlock. So that's how we unlock the door. Now we can take the inner doors off. As you can see, the second panel, the mirror is cracked in a corner. So when you're gonna take the doors off, never put the pressure on the mirror. Always hold the doors on the edge where is the metal frame. If you have a second person, it's useful to take the doors off before you can do it alone. Just don't put the pressure on the glass when you're removing these doors, as they are very heavy. Quick recap how to take the inner doors out. From this view, unlock the hinges on the inner door by pulling the plastic down on both sides. Get closest to the side where is the stopper and lift the right side up. Get the wheel off the rail and then slide it out and get left side off the rail and pull the doors down. You're gonna have two screws with the triangle shaped head, and this is the inner soft closing for the back door, and we're gonna secure with those two screws through the metal bracket to the door, this soft closing. So just secure it with those two screws which you're gonna find in a soft closing box. So those are slightly different than the original ones. Those ones, they have that kind of triangle shaped heads or flat heads. Those original ones have kind of round heads. Now we can put the doors back in. So don't put the pressure, as I mentioned, on the glass, because this is what's gonna happen easily. So hold the doors this way, never touch the mirror or the glass. And we're gonna do exactly the same. We're gonna position the door right next to the rail. So you get closest to the side of the rail. Here, unlock the doors by pushing this plastic down on both sides. The other side, I already have it unlocked, so just plastic at the bottom. If you have it on the top, you're not gonna be able to put doors up. You see, I have a gap on the other side, so I can put my hand in and lift the left side up into the first line in the bottom rail. Once I'm in, I'm gonna hook the wheel over the first line on the top rail. Now I'm lifting both sides of the doors up, so I'm kind of straight with the rail. Once I'm in on the top, I can slide it slightly in. So I'm gonna get over the stopper on the top. You see where the arrow pointing, there is the stopper. I wanna get over it so I can push the bottom in securely. Just slide it into the first line. Make sure you have those plastics at the bottom hinges on. First line on the bottom hinge. And we're gonna put the wheel on the top hinge in the first line on the top rail. So we get over the stopper on the side. We are a little bit over the first door, over the outer door already. So we get over the stopper on the side and sliding nicely. Now we're gonna lock the locks, so just push the plastic on the inner door on one side and on the other side up. If you unlock the outer doors, that's how you lock them, and that's how you unlock them. They have slightly different locks, just to show you how it works. Now we're gonna have those two brackets, one bigger, one smaller, two plastic, one smaller, one bigger, screws, the bigger ones with a triangle head, and two small screws. So this is the bigger screws with a triangle head or flat head, which we're gonna replace the original one, but I'll show you that in a moment. This plastic coming into the big bracket this way, just push it down and secure it with a small screw, which coming with a soft closing in the box. Secure it in completely. And now we have a small metal bracket, turn it this way and put the plastic in as well. Push it in and secure it from under with a small screw, which you're gonna find in the box. With the soft closing, there is one flat screw with it, and here you have two flathead screws with it, so the bigger bracket. Now you're gonna need to install first this metal ending panel on the outer door, on the left side in this case. You're gonna need 4 screws. So if you have it in already, that's fine. If not, you're gonna have to install it before you put the big bracket in. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to put this on if you put the bracket first. So put this panel in first, secure it with the 4 screws. Make sure the screws are completely in, otherwise it's gonna kind of rattle. On the top, cut the rubber slightly where is the rail, so it's not gonna interfere with the rail. Now we're gonna replace those original screws with the round head with those 2 screws with the flat head, which they're coming with a soft closing. Take those 2 screws out, put the bracket in. It's quite hard access here for the screw, so the small electric screwdriver is fantastic here. You can see here it's hard to get in there with the fingers, so the small screwdriver with the longer bit is fantastic here. So we replace the original screws with those with the flat heads. As you can see, the flat heads coming completely in, so they're not going to interfere with the other doors, and secure them in completely. And this how it's gonna close between the doors. It just clicked in, so once the doors are meeting, when you're opening them, they're not gonna slam against each other. They're gonna soft close nicely on the middle as well. The older soft closing, they have the kind of only left and right, so still between the doors was kind of slamming, but now you have the 3 points of closer. That's how it works on the outer door on the left side. Soft closing nicely all the way in, so we don't need to move the soft closing left or right. Now we're gonna have the smaller brackets, 1 screw with the flat head, and we're gonna replace this 1 screw on the inner door, the original screw from the top hinge at the bottom, with this new screw from the soft closing box with the flat head. Put it through the brackets all the way to the hinge and to the doors and secure it. And we have the small one ready as well, closing nicely, going all the way. Happy with that, so I don't need to move the soft closing left or right. So here is how it works from inside. Doors close on one side, doors coming, closing on the middle, and exactly the same on the other side, closing nicely at the front and closing nicely between the doors. If your doors are the other way around, that's mean left side inner door and right side outer door. Check out this video I already did. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day.